Hi, the purpose of this video is to clarify the expectations for the discussion board assignments in this English 102 course. So you do have a discussion board rubric, which is available on Blackboard. It's also going to be sent by your writing fellow. Your writing fellow is the person who will be grading most of these discussion board assignments, but I, your instructor, Jackie, will also be reviewing them as well. And so I want to kind of clarify some elements. I'm not going to read this verbatim. I'm going to kind of give some supplementary suggestions for how to approach these assignments. So first, with your original post to the assignment, I want to emphasize that all questions, all prompts be addressed. Make sure that you take some time to review the requirements to make sure that you are addressing everything in your post. And to look at this as a complete assignment, sort of like a micro essay. And less of kind of just a reaction to the questions and the prompts, but actual kind of a thoughtful, cohesive, clear response. And make sure you also proofread your response. I know Blackboard you have to do, I think, like an extra step to get that proofreading option. One thing you might want to do is just write your response in a Word document so it's easy to spell check. But those are important. It's important that it be a polished and complete response. So each of these rubric points kind of give you an outline of where you will, of where your post falls as far as grading. Your writing fellow will give you 2 scores. One will be for your original post up here, in addition to feedback. And then the second one will be for your peer response. And if you notice, the original response is 6 points, the peer response is 4 points, so it almost is even kind of as far as value. And I'd like you to consider that when you make these responses to your peers, that this is almost as important as your original response. So take some time to kind of peruse the discussion board and see which kind of peer response kind of inspires actually some reflection from you. And make sure you allow time for that as well. In addition to what the rubric points kind of highlight here, and we'll just look at like the optimal one. I'd like you to consider like how your peers response connects with the assignment itself, reflects the call of the assignment, and what similarities or differences do you see in your peers' posts as with your post? How can you challenge your peer? What questions do you have for your peer? And what can you actually add to the conversation? How can you extend what your peer started, or connect it with, again, back to kind of the general conversation of the assignment? So those are additional things to consider when sculpting your peer response. But I think the one thing I want to emphasize is that this is 4 points, the original is 6 points, so kind of treat it as not just a quick response, but actually a pretty full and complete one. Those are all the suggestions I have for you. And as always, please feel free to email me or your writing fellow with any questions.